Okay, good evening, everyone. Today we will continue our lesson. In the previous meeting, we were looking at our chapter 10, Discourse Analysis, and we finished a few slides already. Yes, starting from the first part of our chapter 10, Discourse Analysis, Interpreting Discourse, Cohesion, Coherence, Speech Event. And today we are looking at the next part of our chapter 10, which is on conversational interaction. So in order to help you understand what conversational interaction is, I will also, define some of the key terms relating to conversational interaction for you. Generally, the conversational interaction is defined as an activity for most part, two or more people take turn at speaking. Okay, so let me just define the term for you in words. Okay, I will just write this definition in words. Okay, conversational interaction or interaction is defined as is an activity for most part two or more people take turn at speaking. Okay, that is how we define conversational interaction. Two or more people take turn at speaking. So generally, when people are joining in these conversational interactions, people seem to be taking their turn seriously. Okay, so they take their turns as the speaker. Okay, roles. So let me just write this: role of participant in the conversational interaction. Okay, so here people are taking turns, so they take turns as speaker, and hearers or listener. So it seems like people who are taking part in this conversational interaction is, taking their roles carefully as the participant. So they take their roles as the speakers and they take their roles as the hearers or the listener. Turn taking need to be carefully taken. If people do not take their turn seriously, I mean, the conversationalist or the participant or the people who are taking part in any conversational interaction do not take their turn carefully. When two or more people are talking at the same time, and then nobody will actually understand anyone. So people take their turns as the speaker. So when they are taking their turns as a speaker, so their role as a speaker, they will have to speak clearly. Okay, they will have to speak clearly. They will have to speak using clear enough information. Okay, in order to help the listener understands. So the listener also, when they are taking their turns as the listener or the hearer, they will also need to listen carefully. Okay, careful, you know, attentive, and you know, also taking note. Okay, they also need to take note in order to understand what the speaker is talking about. So after the speakers finish, the speaker finish his or her turn, and then the listener need to take their turns as the speaker. So people taking part in this conversational interaction seem to take their parts. So their turns as the speaker, sometimes their turns as the listener, and the listener take their turns as the speaker sometimes. Okay, so that's how we define conversational interaction. Let's just go back to our slide here. In simple terms, English conversation can be described as an activity where, for the most part, two or more people take turns at speaking. Typically, only one person speaks at a time, and there tends to be an avoidance of silence between speaking turns. It is also connected with turn-taking of the participants in the conversation. Some of the rules governing turn-taking are obvious. Example that only one person should talk at a time. Others are less easy to discover. The rules which decide who should speak next in a group discussion. All right. Together with this one, we also look at another key term, which is called the cooperative principle. Okay. 2. Cooperative principle. So cooperative principle is a principle of a conversation which participants expect that each will make a conversational contribution required by 4 maximum. All right, so that's how we define the cooperative principle. Okay, cooperative principle is a principle of a conversation which participants expect that each will make a conversational contribution required by the 4 maxims. People, remember everyone, people who are taking part in any conversational interaction seem to be working cooperatively. Okay, they cooperate with one another. When I say they are cooperating, I mean the speaker, the listener are cooperating with one another. When I say the speaker is cooperating with the listener, the speaker is, speaking by, following the 4 maxims. And the listener is cooperating with the speaker as well. The speaker, while the speaker is talking, and then the listener need to be listening carefully. Okay. So people who are taking part in any conversational exchange seem to be working cooperatively. All right, so let's see what the cooperative principles is. An underlying assumption in most conversational exchanges seems to be that the participants are in fact cooperating with each other. Okay, so people who are taking part in the conversational interactions are, taking part, working cooperatively, helping one another. It means when you are talking, I am listening. So when you finish your talking, I am taking my turn as a speaker. So people are cooperating with one another. The cooperative principle is stated in the following way. Make your conversational contribution as is required at the stage of which it occurs by the accepted purpose or direction of the talk in which you are engaged. Supporting this principle are the 4 maxims. Okay, remember, great speakers, great writers usually apply these 4 maxims. So as a speaker, okay, you are now making a conversational contribution. So make sure that your contribution as informative as is required, but not more or less than is required. So when you are talking, do not talk too much. Okay, do not talk less. So your information need to be as informative as is required. Okay, so that is what we call the first maxim. Quantity, number. I mean, number of information should be enough. Should not be more than enough. The next one is quality. The quality of your information. Okay, do not say that which you believe to be false or for which you lack evidence. When you are saying anything in this conversational exchange, or in any conversational interaction with others, make sure that your information is qualified. So you should be able to say things which you have evidence. You will have to be able to say things which you have the evidence to support what you say. The next one is relation. What you are saying should be relevant or should be related to the topic or the purpose of the talk. And then the last one is the manner. Be clear, brief, and orderly. So you should be able to present the information in a clear manner, in a brief way, in the order of the talk as well. So generally, the great speaker or the great writer apply all of this for maxims, the 4 maxims. The first one is the maxims of quality. The second one is the maxims of quantity. The third one is the maxims of relevance. And the last one is the maxims of manner. Okay, let's see how each maxims tell us. The maxims of quality states that the speaker's contribution ought to be true, specifically that they should not say what they believe to be false, nor should they say anything for which they lack adequate evidence. So you will have to say something by, supporting your information, by supporting your idea. So do not say anything that you are not sure of. Do not say anything that you lack adequate evidence. The next one is the maxims of quantity, states that the contribution should be as informative as it is required for the current purposes of the exchange and should not be unnecessarily informative. So that should be enough, not too much, not too little. Okay, it should be enough. The next one is the maxims of relevance, state that the contribution should be relevant to the purpose of the exchange. The topic, I mean, the topic of the exchange, the topic of the conversation. Okay, so for example, you are talking about the climate change, for example. So the information should be relevant to the climate change. It should not be something else. As I mentioned already, great speaker and great writers apply these 4 maxims. Okay. So especially when you write, for example, you write the topic about your probably you write about your family. So the information given in your writing should be about your family. It should not be about something else. Okay. The last one is the maxims of manner states that the contribution should be perspicuous. In particular, that should be orderly and brief, and avoiding obscurity and ambiguity. You know, the meaning of the term perspicuous. Okay, I will also give you the definitions of the word. Okay, so let's see. The word is perspicuous. Perspicacious. That is a wrong spelling, I believe. Let me check again. Maybe I make a mistake with the spelling of the word. Perspicacious. Perspicacious. So perspicacious, meaning able to understand something quickly and accurately. The next one is obscurity. Obscurity is when something is not clear or difficult to understand. And the next one is ambiguity. Ambiguity. Ambiguity is when something has more than one possible meaning and therefore cause confusion. Okay, so that is the definition. Perspicacious, obscurity, and ambiguity. So that is when you are, I just mean here, I mean, the maxims of manner here states that the contribution should be, let me change the spelling of this. Okay, perspicacious, I mean something which is easy to understand. What is the mistake with this? Okay, something which is easy to understand, something which can help readers or listener quickly understands the meaning, and you should actually avoid using obscurity. Obscurity is when something, the information presented in your speech which is difficult to understand. And the last one, you should also avoid ambiguity in your speech as well. So when you speak, you have to speak something which has only one specific meaning. Do not use the language which has more than one specific meaning, because when it has a lot of meaning, it will be confused. It will be confusing. the listeners will confuse the meaning. Okay, so as I mentioned already, if you want to be a great speaker, you want to be a great writer, don't forget to apply this 4 maxims. Again, I just want to repeat this. The maxims of quality. I mean, this is the quality of your information presented in your speech, the quality of your speech idea presented in your writing. The second one is the maxims of quantity. I mean, number of information should be enough. So you should have enough information. Your information should not be more than needed. Okay, it should be more or less than needed. It should be as informative as is required. The third one is the maxims of relevance. You should speak something which is related to the topic of your speech. If you write, you should write something which is related or relevant to the topic of your writing. So the last one is maxims of manner. So the way that you actually present your idea should be in a ways that help reader understand. It should be, you should know how to organize your idea. Okay, you should not use the language that cause confusions to readers or listener, something like that. So these are the 4 maxims of principle, the cooperative principle, the 4 maxims. All right, the last part of our chapter 10 here is on the background knowledge. If you are joining any speech event, okay, you are joining in any speech event, background knowledge is very important for you to help you understand. Okay, so let me define the term background knowledge. Background knowledge. Okay, background knowledge is information that is essential to understanding a situation or problem. Okay, as I mentioned already, if you don't have any background knowledge relating to the topic of the speech, you may find it a little bit difficult to understand what the speaker is saying. Now, I'll just raise one example. If you join a workshop, okay, you join a workshop on agriculture. Okay, the speaker is talking about agriculture. You join that workshop and you don't have any background knowledge related to agriculture. You think you can understand the speaker? Of course not. You will not be able to understand the speaker because you don't have any related background knowledge at all. Okay, so background knowledge is very important because it is information that is essential to help us understand the situation, to help us understand the problem. So let's see here. A particular good example of the process involved in using background knowledge has been provided by Sanford and Garrett, 1981. Their example begins with these 2 sentences. John was on his way to school last Friday. He was really worried about the math lesson. Okay? So if you read these 2 example sentences, everyone without background knowledge, everyone will come up with different interpretation. Everyone will say that John is a schoolboy and that John is on his way to school. John, you probably be guessing like John is walking, or maybe John was riding a car, or maybe taking the bus, things like that. Okay, and you might be saying that John was not good at mathematics. That is the reason why he is worried about the math lesson. Okay, so as I mentioned already, without any background knowledge relating to the situation, you may come up with so many different interpretations of what the sentence means. Okay, so let's see here. Most people who are asked to read these sentences report that they think John is probably a schoolboy. Okay, this is the interpretation. Other inferences for different readers are that John is walking or that he is on a bus. But when you look at the next sentence in the text is as follows. Last week, he had been unable to control the class. Now, when you read sentence number 3, you will have another interpretation. Again, the reason why you keep having different interpretation when you are reading one sentence to another is because you don't have any background knowledge relating to the situation, or you may not know who John is very clearly. That is the reason why you come up with a very different interpretation. So in the first two sentences, your interpretation of what the meaning of the two sentences is that you are saying that John is a schoolboy, and you are saying that John is actually walking to school, or probably John is on the bus, things like that. That is your interpretation. But when you read the next example, last week he had been unable to control the class. If your prediction, if you're guessing is that John is a schoolboy, and why is it that John is supposed to be the one who controls the class? You see? So when you read the third sentence here, your interpretation changes. Okay, you might be saying that, oh, John is actually a teacher now, because in the first two sentences, you read the first two sentences, you guess that John is a schoolboy. But when you read the third sentence here, last week he had been unable to control the class. John's role now changed to teacher. Okay, so now let's see. On encountering this sentence, most readers decided that John is in fact a teacher and that he is not very happy. Many report that he is probably driving a car to school. In that case, in the first two sentences, you say that John is a schoolboy, and then John is, walking or probably on the school bus. But when you read the third sentence here, you change, your interpretation changes. John's role become teacher, and then John is now probably driving a car to school. Okay, again, I just want to repeat, you keep coming up with different interpretation is because of your own lack of background knowledge. Then the next sentence is presented. It was unfair of the math teacher to leave him in charge. You see? Now, when you read the fourth sentence here, it is a big surprise. Okay, it is a big surprise because in the third sentence, you all say that John is actually a teacher and John is probably driving to school. But when you read the fourth one here, it was unfair for the math teacher to leave him in charge. Okay, in that case, it changed that again. John in the third sentence is regarded as the teacher. Now it changed. Okay, it changes. It was unfair of the math teachers to leave him in charge. Suddenly, John reverts to his schoolboy status, and the teacher inference is abandoned. The final sentence of this text contains a surprise. After all, it is not a normal part of the janitor's duties. All right, so I just want to copy the whole sentence together, and then I put it in Word here. Okay, let me copy it and put it here. Okay, look at this. This is one paragraph, okay? I think if you read it one after another, you will find it easy to understand. But if it's split here, since you don't really understand, you don't know who John is, and then it's very difficult for you to understand the ideas, the meaning. I mean. Okay, so background knowledge is very important here in taking part in any conversational interaction. In any case, okay, John was on his way to school last Friday. He was really worried about the math lesson. Last week, he had been unable to control the class. It was unfair of the math teacher to leave him in charge. After all, it is not a normal part of a janitor's duty. So let's see the meaning of the word janitor. You know the meaning, okay? Janitor. Okay. Janitor is a person who's a person employed to take care of a large building such as a school, and who deal with the cleaning or repair. Okay, so this is janitor. You see, as I mentioned already, when you read one sentence after another here, so you read the first one, you come up with one interpretation because you just keep guessing the meaning because you do not have any background knowledge relating to John. Okay, so reading these two sentences, you say that John is a schoolboy. But when you read the next one here, he had been unable to control the class. That is, John is no longer a schoolboy. In that case, encountering this sentence, you know that John is actually a teacher. So when you read the next one, it was unfair for a math teacher to leave him in charge. Now you are saying that, oh, actually, John is not a teacher. You see? The last one, you know that John is actually a janitor. So that is why background knowledge is very important for us, especially when we are taking part in any conversational exchanges, when you are reading anything, okay? Even when you read a book, you read anything, if you don't have any background knowledge relating to it, you will find it difficult to understand the meaning. Okay, I think that is it for our chapter 10. Let me finish our chapter 10 here. Okay, you can all look at this one. You can just watch video again and again in order to help you understand. ចឹងគ្រូសូមបញ្ចប់មេរៀនទី10តែប៉ុណ្ណេះបាទអញ្ចឹងមេរៀនទី10បន្តពីថ្ងៃមុនគឺយើងនិយាយពី cooperative principle បាទ cooperative principle គឺយើងចង់សំដៅទៅលើការគោលការណ៍មួយដែលគេបង្កើតឡើងដើម្បីឲ្យអ្នក ចូលរួមនៅក្នុងការសន្ទនាឬក៏ចូលរួមនៅក្នុងកិច្ចប្រជុំឬអង្គប្រជុំឯណាមួយហ្នឹងគឺត្រូវតែសហការគ្នាទៅវិញទៅមកធម្មតានៅពេលដែលយើងចូលរួមនៅក្នុងការនិយាយឬក៏ចូលរួមនៅក្នុងការធ្វើ debate ឬអីក៏ដោយគឺទាមទារឲ្យយើងត្រូវតែមាន role យើងជាអ្នកស្ដាប់ role ជាអ្នកនិយាយណាហើយអ្នកដែលចូលរួមនៅក្នុងការសន្ទនាឬក៏ក្នុងការវិភាគសាយមួយហ្នឹងគឺច្រើនតែដូរទូនាទីគ្នាយើងដូរពីការនិយាយទៅជាទូនាទីយើងការស្ដាប់ម្ដងយើងច្រើនតែ take turn ណា at speaking ចឹងនៅក្នុងនេះគឺយើងហៅថា cooperative principle ព្រោះ speaker and the listeners are working together cooperatively ហើយនៅពេលដែលគេនិយាយធម្មតានៅពេលដែលអ្នកនិយាយគឺត្រូវច្រើនតែគាត់ cooperate ដែរអ្នកស្ដាប់ក៏ត្រូវតែ cooperate ព្រោះយើងត្រូវតែស្ដាប់គេដោយការយកចិត្តទុកដាក់ទាំងការ take note ទាំងអីចឹងទៅទាំងចង់អារម្មណ៍ក្នុងការស្ដាប់ទៅយល់គេចំណែកអ្នកនិយាយគឺត្រូវតែធ្វើការនិយាយឲ្យបានច្បាស់លាស់ចឹងហើយបានគេឲ្យយើងប្រើ four maxim នេះនៅក្នុងការនិយាយគេឲ្យយើងប្រើ four maxim នេះនៅក្នុងការសរសេរអា four maxim នេះមានអីខ្លះដូចខ្ញុំបានបញ្ជាក់ចឹងនៅក្នុងនេះវាមាន quantity ណា quantity quality relation and manner ធម្មតាmaxim of quality យើងដឹងហើយពាក្យថា quality តើព័ត៌មានណារបស់យើងនេះវា qualify ប៉ុណ្ណាហើយអ្វីដែលយើងនិយាយអ្វីដែលយើងសរសេរហ្នឹងយើងមានអំណះអំណាងជាក់លាក់ច្បាស់លាស់ប៉ុណ្ណាណាអាហ្នឹងគឺ maxim of quality ចំណែកឯ maxim of quantity ចំនួនអ្វីដែលយើងសរសេរព័ត៌មានដែលយើងសរសេរអ្វីដែលយើងនិយាយហ្នឹងវាគ្រប់គ្រាន់ឲ្យគេយល់បានដែរឬអត់ណាបាទកុំនិយាយតែប៉ែឡាយលាត់អត់ប្រយោជន៍កុំសរសេរហូហែអត់ប្រយោជន៍ណាសរសេរឲ្យគេយល់អញ្ចឹងគឺត្រូវតែមានព័ត៌មានច្បាស់លាស់ជាក់លាក់គ្រប់ចំនួនត្រឹមត្រូវទៅគេយល់The maxim of relevance គឺមានន័យថាអ្វីដែលយើងសរសេរអ្វីដែលយើងនិយាយហ្នឹងវាតាក់ទងទៅនឹងប្រធានបទដែរឬអត់តើណាមែនចាក់ប្រធានទេណាគេនិយាយអំពី global warming យើងទៅលេងអីណានោះឆ្កុយយើងទៅឧទាហរណ៍សរសេរបើខ្មែរយើងនិយាយចាក់ប្រធានហ្នឹងអ្នកឯងនិយាយខុសប្រធានបទឬក៏សរសេរអ្នកឯងសរសេរចាក់ប្រធានបាទទី4គឺ manner បាទ maxims of manner គឺមានន័យថាការប្រើប្រាស់ពាក្យពេចន៍ឃ្លាឃ្លោងរបស់យើងហ្នឹងការរៀបចំគំនិតនៅក្នុងការសរសេរការរៀបចំគំនិតនៅក្នុងការនិយាយហ្នឹងវាតាមលំដាប់លំដោយប៉ុណ្ណាយើងជៀសវាងនៅក្នុងការប្រើប្រាស់ពាក្យមិនច្បាស់លាស់ណាពាក្យដែលមានន័យមិនច្បាស់លាស់ធ្វើឲ្យអ្នកស្ដាប់ឬក៏អ្នកអានហ្នឹងគាត់ច្រឡំបាទអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំនិយាយថាអ្នកនិយាយដ៏អស្ចារ្យអ្នកសរសេរដ៏អស្ចារ្យគឺគាត់ត្រូវតែយក maxim ទាំង4ហ្នឹងយកមកប្រើនៅក្នុងការសរសេរនៅក្នុងការនិយាយចុងក្រោយចំណេះដឹងរបស់យើងនេះគឺសំខាន់ខ្លាំងណាស់បើសិនតែយើងមិនមានចំណេះដឹងទូទៅចំណេះដឹងតាក់ទងជាមួយនឹងប្រធានបទណាចំណេះដឹងតាក់ទងជាមួយនឹងអ្វីដែលគេនិយាយចំណេះដឹងតាក់ទងជាមួយនឹងប្រធានបទដែលគេដាក់ឲ្យយើងសរសេរហ្នឹងខ្ញុំជឿថាច្បាស់ជាយើងសរសេរមិនចេញទេបើសិនតែយើងអត់មានចំណេះដឹងទូទៅតាក់ទងនឹងអាហ្នឹងណាបាទដូចខ្ញុំឲ្យអត្ថបទមួយសរសេរថា how to make pizza អញ្ចឹងចុះបើសិនតែបងប្អូនមិនមានចំណេះដឹងទូទៅតាក់ទងនឹងរបៀបនៅក្នុងការធ្វើ pizza ផងសួរថាយើងសរសេរចេញអត់ដូចគ្នានៅពេលដែលយើងស្ដាប់គេក៏អញ្ចឹងដែរអាការស្ដាប់គេនឹងគឺសំខាន់ណាស់ចំណេះដឹងទូទៅរបស់យើងតាក់ទងនឹងប្រធានបទហ្នឹងគឺសំខាន់ណាស់បើសិនតែយើងមិនមានចំណេះដឹងទូទៅតាក់ទងនឹងប្រធានបទទេគឺយើងច្បាស់ជាមិនយល់ទេអញ្ចឹងដូចក្នុងឧទាហរណ៍ដែលខ្ញុំលើកឡើងនេះមកអញ្ចឹងថានៅពេលណាដែលយើងមិនមានចំណេះដឹងតាក់ទងនឹងប្រធានបទឬមួយក៏យើងមិនស្គាល់ថាចននឹងជាពីណាទេយើងអានតែប្រយោគដំបូងគឺយើងមានការបកស្រាយចេះចុះតែយើងអានប្រយោគបន្តទៀតយើងមានការបកស្រាយផ្សេងរហូតចុងចប់ចនហ្នឹងតាមពិតមិនមែនជា school boy ហើយចនហ្នឹងក៏មិនមែនជា teacher ដែរចនហ្នឹងគឺជាអ្នកយាមអគារណាជា netter ហ្នឹងគឺជាអ្នកដែលគាត់យាមអគារមួយគាត់ដើរបើកទឹកព្រលឹមឡើងគាត់ដើរបើកភ្លើងគាត់សម្អាតអីដូចនៅសាលាយើងអគារ H ហ្នឹងក៏មាន janitor ដែរអ្នកដែលគាត់ដើរបើកភ្លើងបិទភ្លើងពេលដែលយើងរៀនចប់គាត់បើកបិទដង្ហាលបិទអីហ្នឹងអាហ្នឹងគេហៅថា janitor ហើយបាទឃើញទេអញ្ចឹងការបកស្រាយរបស់យើងហ្នឹងឃើញផ្សេងគ្នាមករហូតដោយសារតែយើងអត់មាន ចំណេះដឹងទូទៅតាក់ទងនឹងប្រធានបទហ្នឹងឬមួយក៏យើងមិនស្គាល់ថាចននឹងជាពីណាអញ្ចឹងយើងចេះតែបកស្រាយផ្សេងៗហ្នឹងទៅ Okay, let me stop presenting my point here. Next meeting we will be looking at our chapter 11. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.